our sensory body is registering all kinds of information all the time. And for those of us who have been highly sensitive and haven't really learned, or it hasn't been modeled for us how to really presence the full scale of our sensitivity, I believe that there needs to be an encouragement to turn back towards that sensitivity, which is why I include it every week in our meditations. Like, okay, so in this situation, how does your body feel? Where does tension show up? Where does emotion show up? And we're essentially, we are reactivating the sensory body so that the gifts that are available to us through our sensory body, which have perhaps been shut down, can now be available to us again, so that we can use our sensitivity as a portal into our deeper knowing, into our intuition. And my hope is that through these meditations that we've been doing with specific examples, bringing examples, practical examples from our life, that we begin to experience how the way into deeper understanding and clarity and peace is actually through the sensory body. Again, because many of us have sort of perhaps seen the sensitivity of our body as problematic, we've either turned down the volume or shut it down or frozen it. And so this encouragement to turn towards, to open to see as an ally, to be gentle, to be compassionate, to give the feeling body the benefit of the doubt. All of these things are really an encouragement to allow that sensitivity to come back online. Because if we come in as sensitive beings, it's because that sensitivity is going to serve us in this lifetime, and it's going to help us to serve others and to lead others as well. So when we begin to turn back towards the sensory body, first of all, it's not always easy because there's so much programming around not wanting to feel, because it's been dangerous or it's been shameful. We've thought it's wrong. What we're feeling is wrong. So the first thing is that it's even though it's a fairly easy thing to invite you to do, like just feel, for a lot of us, it's not the easiest thing to do, because as I said, there's a lot of beliefs around it, but there's also actually neurological pathways that have formed around blocking, our sensitivity. So it's a continual encouragement. And the more that we turn towards it, the more we get familiar with its language, with its dance, with its intelligence, with its capacity to move itself. Like, when I move back and let's say I'm feeling sadness or anger or something, and I get to experience it actually when I just kind of lean back out of it and let it be, and it seems to move on its own, and also not only move on its own, but beneath it reveal some deeper sense of connection or wisdom or clarity. The more that we do that, and the more that we experience, feeling and say what you could call the benefits that come from it, the more we'll do it. So it's creating a relationship with our sensitivity and taking our time with it, letting it lead the way. We're not going to storm the gates of our sensitivity. But life has a way, once we have, set our intention to reawaken the feeling body, that we want it to include it in our experience, our moment-to-moment experience, then life will collaborate with that and will give us opportunities to basically thaw out the sensory body. And again, the more that we can really create space for it, then the less reactive we are, and the more self-responsibility we're able to take. Because what happens when we're reactive, or when we're trying to control life, or when we're judging or evaluating, what happens is that something has happened and it's triggered some part of my pain body or my emotional body that I'm not comfortable with, that I don't have the capacity for presence for. And so that's just a natural reactivity that happens. But the more that I get comfortable with what's unfolding within my sensitivity, the more that I can just be present with that, and the more that I can let everybody else have their own experience as well.